we have here is a plain Jane Boxster. Nothing special. Stripped down, probably with no motor, a $2,000 car. Seriously. Renegade Hybrids has been doing V8 conversions for about 30 years. We started getting into the late model stuff like the Boxsters and the 996s and the Caymans. This stuff is awesome. This is a 1998 Boxster, plain Jane, nothing, stock, not anymore. This is on board with supercar status. This thing is so stinking quick. And I love the sound of that V8. Isn't that amazing? I gotta show you something. I have to do this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to a dead stop and I'm gonna go 0 to 60 in no time at all. Like, look out. So I'm gonna say, ready, go. Pull your stopwatch out, and I'm gonna show you how quick this car is. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. 60. That was it. I'm gonna do it again, just because that's too much fun. Let's see if I can do it with less wheel spin. Okay, you ready? All right, here we go. Okay, complete stop. 3, 2, 1, go. 60. That was it. There's 83. And I started pulling off. It's just such a fun car. What is that? 2.5 seconds? 3 seconds? And it's so capable too. It's still a Boxster. Easy. This is a great car. So there's 100 and I short shifted. Just that quick. Just the other day I was talking to one of my friends and he says, you know what you got to do when you sell a Boxster conversion kit? You're going to have to sell them a Vespa too, because when they get their driver's license taken away, they're going to need something to ride. Yeah, that's for sure. This thing, it's just so much fun. You know, this has always been considered the chick cars. I mean, there's a lot of us guys that definitely have them, but I got to tell you, I bought one for my wife, and yes, I'm doing the V8 conversion to it. I don't know whether she's going to have an opportunity to drive it very much, because I'm going to tell you, it's just too much fun for me to play with. Still a Boxster, still handles. Just incredible. So we're cruising at 70-ish mile an hour on the freeway. It's not really that loud on the inside. It's got an LS7 in it. This is a 600 horsepower LS7. And yeah, it could be a lot louder, but we're able to do special things with the exhaust to make these considerably quieter. The other nice thing about this car is it's still comfortable, and those people that know about the LS7s and Z06 Corvettes, you know that if you can keep your foot out of it, you can get really good gas mileage. But what fun is that? So today is about 80 degrees. Got a little air conditioner going on. All my gauges look great. Currently my water temperature is just a hair under 180 degrees. Gonna need fuel pretty soon because I've been playing with it quite a bit. But it's a comfortable car. There's no reason why you couldn't use this as a daily driver. that's a good position. So it's not like you're running out of room because of the little bit of firewall modifications that we do. Oh, and let's not forget the power steering. Now remember that now when you go buy, let's say a 991 or most late model Porsches, you're actually getting the new electric power steering that they're installing in all the late model cars. Well, we decided to do that before Porsche started doing it back a few years ago when we developed the 996 kit, and of course we carried it over to the Boxster. We have electric power steering, and it feels awesome. So I love this. We're cruising at about 72 miles an hour. I need to get over quick. Go down, Chip. Yeah, that was 88 miles an hour, and I barely squeezed the throttle. There was no tipping into it hard at all. It's just got so much torque. It's gonna go when you need it to go. Before you go out and you grab the latest local Boxster in the paper for $2,000 with a blown up motor, think about this. If you do take a standard Boxster like this one, you have to change a bunch of things over. You got to change the transaxle to the Boxster S, the axles to the Boxster S, the brakes to the Boxster S, the rear hangers and hubs and suspension to the Boxster S. In other words, start with the Boxster S. I'm telling you, that's the best bit of advice we could possibly give you. Spend a little extra money, get the Boxster S. It's going to be the way to go. So what you have here is a Boxster, or for the sake of argument, I'm going to beg you to start with a Boxster S. It's got an LS7 in it, but you don't really need the LS7. An LS1 would be fine, an LS3 would be a little better, but if you want to go all the way to the top and go to an LS7, well, this is what you get. And you put it all together and you have a drivable package that runs incredibly well. $19 oil changes, terrific reliability, easy serviceability. You don't sacrifice much at all. There's a little bit of modification of the firewall, and I'm talking a little bit. There's no secret about that. But we help you through the process all the way from one end to the other. It's the Renegade Hybrids Boxster project. It really is an absolute hoot to drive this car, and it's an easy car to own. It really is. It's like the revival of the 914 all over again. Except this has got suspension technology, braking, ABS, great gauges, good comfort, nice air conditioning. Yeah, a lot of that stuff we never had on the 914. So here we go again. More V8s in mid-engine sports cars. Cheap, fun, easy, and practical, and quick. So I asked you just a few minutes ago, I said, hey, why don't you go ahead and take the Boxster out and just kind of give me an opinion as to what it's like. So sum it up in a couple of paragraphs. What do you think?
Amazingly good, really. The biggest surprise is that the stock gear ratios are actually really good with this motor. You would think with 7 liters and shorter ratios it would be an issue, but they're fantastic. Really drivable. First gear is usable. 6th gear on the freeway is very pleasant. It's quiet. I think that's the biggest surprise of it also, is that it's very quiet, and this is 7 liters, probably 600 horsepower. It's really an impressive car.
That's great. So you figure the drivability is something where you could pretty much toss the keys to anybody and they would be able to take it out for a spin.
Absolutely. No question about it. It's very, very smooth.
Oh, that's great. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, just pleasant. I mean, it's an absolute daily driver type car. Very nice on rough roads, and we haven't changed the suspension or anything. It's still got nice compliant streetable suspension. It's just stupid fast when you want it to.
Does it still feel like a Boxster?
It does. It's really nimble. You still have that sense that you can kind of throw it around a little bit, be a mid-engine. has that nice polar moment, so you don't feel like it's going to get away from you. Just a really fun car to drive and practical. So it's kind of best of both worlds.
Well, you've been quite the Porsche aficionado for years and years and years. So how would you rank this as far as fun factor goes?
It's hard to beat because it has a little bit of everything. You know, there's always a compromise, and this has almost none that I can think of. So with the vintage cars, you give up a little bit of creature comfort for style, so to speak, and with this, you get a little bit of everything. And the sleeper factor is always a lot of fun because there were Mustangs and Camaros and stuff, you know, that were kind of trolling around a little bit, and we're looking, they could hear the exhaust had a nice note to it, and of course they have no idea that this would just decimate them. So that was kind of a fun factor too. It's the confidence of knowing you're really probably the fastest thing within a few miles.
Would you take a date out in this car?
Absolutely, yeah, no question about it.
So it's just that smooth and that refined.
Well, the best way to put it is my wife would actually ride in this car, and in any of my cars, my vintage cars, she won't ride in at all. So this is a car she would actually be happy to get in.
Excellent. Very pleased to get your opinion.
Happy to help.